Hi, Apple, and all the rest of you good people out there. I hope that you're all well and that health is with you and that you are safe and sound. Regarding the question on moving a dimension line without having the actual dimension tracking the cursor. So, there are a couple of things to be aware of. In the example here on the screen, we can see that we kind of have a stair here in the geometry or the view created. So let's start by adding a simple dimension, a rapid dimension from the base over here to kind of the first step here. Now, when placing this dimension here, we can see that it kind of snaps when I move it along to the center, towards the center. We can see that there is actually a corridor there, which means that that dimension will always be centered. And that is good when, for example, this geometry is increasing or decreasing. That means that that dimension will always be centered there, which is good, and it will never end up like outside, which would be kind of non-standard. So a good thing is to snap it to the center. Also, moving it along or outside, we can see that I'm going to get a set of different icons here. And that means I'm starting to snap on the automatic distances here in order to get this to a standard drawing. So if I add a dimension to the next step there, we know that I can add those guys in a standardized fashion to a standardized distance to the next dimension. Now with that said, and having it created this way, it makes it easy to move these around. So if I would like to move the 100 on the bottom one here and freely base it somewhere, if I hit the shift key, I can grab the dimension line and it will stick. Now that would be if I would create it the standardized way. If I release the shift key now, the dimension will track. That means I could position it over here. So dimension created that way, not to the center, I would recommend to not grab the actual dimension line, but grab the dimension and you will be able to do what you want. And it might be that you have freely positioned several of these. Let's say these guys are now positioned and aligned, meaning that if I move this around, the other dimension will move with it. That is pretty much what I would want to present here, and I hope it helps. That's all for now. Over and out from Fred.